said that everyone's laughing at the Browns for letting OBJ go, and it's going to get worse if OBJ gets a ring on Sunday as you take a look at just some of the accolades for Marshall Faulk. Okay, so here's how the portal's been working, all right? The actual guest is on Radio Row. You see Marshall Faulk sitting there. We are beaming his hologram onto our Marina Del Rey set where Bryant McFadden and others are doing the interviews. It looks like he's in a box. He's not. He's on Radio Row, and he's talking to our Bryant McFadden. B-Mac.
Thank you, Jeremy. Like you said, I'm here at the Marina Del Rey, being joined by All-Pro Hall of Famer, Rams great, one of the best running backs to ever lace up the cleats in the National Football League. Marshall Faulk joining me here. Mr. Faulk, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Brian. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. It's a great day to be alive. And before we get into the ins and outs of this Super Bowl matchup with the Rams and the Bengals, let's highlight Sean McVay, head coach. How impressed have you been with what he's been able to do with this team the entire season, getting to a point of participating in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, when you think about it, I mean, this is not a team that has been together for a long time, and the continuity that we're seeing from a Stafford with the Cup, Stafford with OBJ, and normally that chemistry to develop, but what we've seen, I've been impressed with his abilities to call run plays, whether it's Henderson, Cam Akers now coming back, or Sony Michel, a guy that they picked up when Akers went down. He's really shown me some flexibility in his ability to call plays, and I think even more so when Higbee went down and Blanton had to step in, the plays he was calling for Blanton and how he used his talents and his skills to help 49ers.
And talk about some of the outstanding names you mentioned that's associated with the offense. When you were with the Rams, you guys won a championship. Your offense was named the greatest show on turf based on your style of play and how consistent you guys were. Do you see any similarities with this current group compared to the group you played with back in your day?
Most definitely, Brian. I think the number one thing is the camaraderie. When you see one guy score, it's like everybody scored. They're all celebrating in the success, and it's been that way since week one. I noticed when Robert Woods went down how everybody kind of took it hard, but that receiver room, they stepped up. And you saw, I mean, to a man, OBJ was like, I want to make sure that you guys bringing me here is worth the while. And just think about what he's done. Some of the big catches you saw against San Francisco and throughout the playoffs, I was impressed with him. And I'm impressed with this team and their continuity and how they go about doing their business.
Well, real quick, last question for you, Marshall. I know you're Rams biased. You believe the Rams will win this ball game, but do you have a score prediction for us?
Oh, man, easy score. I think 30-24 Rams. I like the Rams. They're given for kind of a high-scoring game, and I think Joe Burrow going to do his thing. But in the end, I think the Rams defense, they prevail.
Before we let you go, we see a nice shirt you're rocking right now, Maxim Bet. Tell us a little bit about your relationship you have with them.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that people can go to bet, but the Maxim magazine, they've created Maxim Bet, a safe, responsible place for people to bet. They're encouraging people to set boundaries, set limits, and make sure, listen, if you only have $1,000 to your name, don't spend $1,000 betting on the game. Be responsible and place all your bets with Maxim Bet.
Sounds like a professional way to bet and a professional way to win some money if you can.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.